Welcome back to my channel. This is Elnoor. For those who have watched my first video, the first video is about the Arabic alphabet. That would be a good start today. Today is lesson 2, and lesson 2 is devoted for the Arabic sounds, the Arabic letters sound. So if you haven't had a chance to watch the first video, please go ahead and watch that video. The video is titled the Arabic alphabet for beginners. Please go ahead and watch that video so you can keep up with this video, which is lesson 2, devoted for the sounds of the Arabic letters. With that being said, let's kick it off. Okay, here are some examples from English letter sounds. And the English letter sounds are determined by the vowels that come after the letter. For instance, the letter B here, as you can see, the letter B here, we pronounce it as ba, bat, ba, bat, ba. And the second one, bath. So we open our mouth a little bit, ba, ba. So because the sound ba is determined by the the vowel that comes after the letter ba. And also here you see ba, you see the vowel A. So the vowel A here determines the sound of the letter B. So we say in this case, ba. Also for the second example, the sound of this B is bu, because the two vowels that come after the letter B determines the sound, whether it's ba, bu, or B. So here we say boot, bu, bu. Here, booth, booth, because these two vowels determine the sound of the letter B here. And for the third example here, this B here, the sound of this B is B, beat, because these two vowels, B, E, the vowel E and the vowel A, determine the sound of the letter B, which is in this case B, beat, B, because we have two vowels, two E's here. So the two E's or the two vowels determine the sound of the letter B. So here, as you can see, ba, bu, B. These are three major sounds in English letters. Arabic also the same. There are other sounds in English and in Arabic too, but the major three sounds in Arabic is pretty much as we have here, the Arabic letters, alif, waw, ya, and these letters, as we said last time, the previous video, the alphabet video, these are the long vowels. So long vowels affect the sound of the letter that comes before it. So for instance, here's the letter, the letter ta, and here's the alif. Here's the letter ta, and here's the waw, and here's the letter ghain, and here's ya. In Arabic, the sounds of the letters are determined by either the long vowel or the short vowels. So we are going to talk about the long vowels in Arabic in the upcoming video, but today we are going to discover the sounds of the Arabic letters with the short vowels, and I mean only three major short vowels in Arabic today we are going to talk about. And these short vowels are, the first one, we call it fatha, al-fatha, fatha. Fatha in Arabic means to open, like open. And when we pronounce this, we open our mouth. Alif, a, we open our mouth. That's why we call it fatha. Dhamma, we close. Kind of dhamma in Arabic is to close something, or like here in this case, u. See, alif, u, and kasra is e. And The short vowels that I'm referring to are these, like see the one that are on top, that's the short vowel called fatha. So we open our mouths when we pronounce the letter alif here, we say ah, by opening our mouth, ah. Dhamma, and I mean by dhamma, this is diacritic, little small, like looks like the wow, but it's tinier than the wow. And we put on top of the alif here, and the sound of the alif here will be oo, oo. This is a dhamma, oo. We kind of like close our mouth to pronounce it, oo. And then the kasra, this is the underneath one that on the bottom of it. This is the kasra. And the kasra gives you the sound like in alif, say e, alif. So these are the three sounds of the letter alif. A, and that's fatha. U, that's the dhamma. E, and that's the kasra. See, this is the one that on the top, that's fatha, the diacritic fatha. The one here on the top, dhamma, and the one that underneath, the alif, the only single one here, that's the kasra. So let's discover the Arabic letters with these sounds, different sounds, whether we use the fatha, a, ba, or the dhamma, bu, close our mouth, or the kasra, b. So a, u, e, ba, bu, b. These are three sounds of an Arabic letter. Ta, because it has a fatha, ta, tu, ti. Ta, thu, thi. Ha, sorry, jim, like ja, ju, ji. Ha, hu, hi. Kha, hu, khi. So back then we have a song just to learn the Arabic letter sounds. Say a, u, i, ba, bu, bi, ta, tu, ti, tha, thu, thi, ha. Sorry, ja, ju, ji, ha, hu, hi, kha, hu, khi. It's kind of like laughable matter, but that's how you recognize them. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Okay, let's move to the next one here, and let's discover them together. We have al-fatha, we open it. Al-fatha, al-dhamma, wal-kasra. Okay. Okay, let's discover these sounds. So the diacritics, as we said, determine the sound of each Arabic letters. And as we said, we have three major sounds: fatha, a, and fatha is this diacritic on the top. Dhamma is this one on the top. Kasra is this one underneath. So if it's on the top of the letter, that's the fatha, you open it. And if underneath a letter, that's the kasra, so like D, and dhamma is always on the top of the letters, never underneath it. So da, du, di, da, du, the, ra, ru, ri, za, zu, zi, sa, su, si, sha, shu, she. So these are the sounds that when we write sentences or we want to read words, that's how we stick to. The first thing, whether the letter has a fatha, this one, or the dhamma, or the kasra. So these three diacritics, we call them short vowels, determine the sound of the letter. Sa, su, si, da, du, ضي طا طو طي ضا ذو ضي ع عو عي غا غو غي. And we go the fa, the letter fa, fatha, fa, fa ضمة, فو, fa كسرة, في, fa فو في, قاقوقي, كاكوكي, لالولي, مامومي, نانوني, so on and so forth. So here's the letter h, kind of soft H, h, hu, he, wa, wu, we, ya, you, ye. So these are the three major diacritics or short vowels that determine the sound of Arabic letters. And as I said at the beginning, in English, the sound of the letter determines by the vowels that come after the letter. The examples that we gave, like ba, bat, bu, boot, be, beat. So these are three different sounds, but these sounds are determined by the vowels that come after it. In Arabic, we have diacritics, and these diacritics, as I said, fatha, and when fatha means to open, like ha, dhamma to close, hu, and kasra. And kasra means like kasra is to break, but kasra is a different sound, like he. So ha, hu, he, wa, wu, we, ya, you, ye. So in the upcoming video, we will talk about the long vowels, and also we will talk about how to read in Arabic, how to read, like short words, put them in short sentences, and we try to go over it, and you can test it and see how your Arabic sounds look like when we try it out with the words, like actual words. So with that being said, I hope this makes sense. And the teaching the alphabet is kind of challenging, but like I'm doing my best to to send my point across. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day and peace.